Hey, let's go get a Flux Raider.
Yeah, we got a Flux Raider at home.
Gosh, dang it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of R&R. As always, I'm Logan.
I'm Ethan, and today we're going over a PDW option.
Yeah.
That'd be a safe way to say it. I'll let you get into it.
It is the Recovery Tactical 2020N. I know the...
What's the N stand for?
Yep. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's just a different variation of it, okay, but I'm not 100% sure, honestly. But I do know that this is the Glock one. Obviously, as you guys can tell, of the plethora of Glock-ish.
Glock and Glock adjacent.
Yeah. But it does state that it fits all the way up to a Glock Gen 5. I tried it with my Gen 6, and it doesn't fit. So shout out to them for telling them.
But if you wanted to Lucas Bockins it.
And the reason why it doesn't fit, the beaver tail is too long on the back to slide into the cut that's made for the beaver tail. So if you want to cut your beaver tail, that's cool. Or you can wait for them. I'm sure they'll drop a Gen 6 variant. Or a version of it, or whatever else.
Love is like the beaver, so
yeah. Anyway, and it does come with an abundant of options too. There's this one. This is just the regular one. They do have the Recovery Pro version.
Yeah.
Where it is like your Flux kind of copy. It has a spring assisted brace with it.
And in full transparency, I like this enough. That'll probably be the next thing we purchase for the channel is to have the Pro version to compare it to.
Yep. But it does have also a mag holder that goes on the bottom. You know, people could say it's a grip or whatnot.
Well,
but
if it was anything, it'd be like an angled foregrip that takes a mag, so it can still be a pistol.
Yep.
You know.
But it does go on the bottom, like where you see the white on that one. It does have a little picky rail on the bottom, so you can put a light, as you guys see in the video. We just hold the light and shoot it. Your hand's out of the muzzle. It's out of the way, whatever else. They do have a angled foregrip that you can put on there, but it seconds as a secondary mag holder. You can get a cheek riser for it. You can get there's holes on each side for picky rails and optic risers. So as you can tell, like my Glock, his Roland, and even the dagger, it all has optics on it, so you can just use that to rack on it. And you can see right here to your left or right, the very bottom is the big boy 17L.
Old long boy.
And that it actually comes with an attachment that bolts on.
Charging handle.
That pretty much a charging handle that bolts onto your slide. It just slides down in your serrations. You clip them together, bolt them together. And that one has more of a actual charging handle-ish to it.
Yep.
And they also come with another one, which I had, but it's over there, I guess.
It's more of like a pinch kind of.
Yeah, it's more of a pinch to actually charge the pistol itself. But just to kind of throw it out there, you know, we were just kind of scrolling through. Just with the PCC being a big thing right now, you know, PDW options, pistol copper carbines, whatever you want to call it. Your Fluxes are running, what, $300 to $400 depending on.
For just the Flux chassis, it's $419.
Okay, well the 400
that doesn't include the gun or anything else. That's just the chassis.
So just the chassis itself, you're looking over $400. Yep. This retail is $199. When I bought it last week, it was on sale on Borelli.
Shout out Borelli.
Yeah, shout out Borelli. Go ahead and sponsor us. It was $86. It was $92, I think, after shipping. Came from Florida.
I think they have free shipping, so that was probably after tax.
It was, or after tax. Yeah, it is free shipping. It's after tax.
Got to pay Uncle Sam.
The only downside, and it has nothing to do with them, is apparently it got caught up in bad weather. So it was supposed to be here last Wednesday and didn't get here until Friday.
Well,
Friday.
That's a mail service.
Yeah, I would say that's nothing with Borelli. It's all mail service. You know, U.S. Postal Service. They do their thing. Whatever.
I've ordered a lot of stuff from Borelli in the past.
Yeah, so they got there quick.
Yeah, they've always got great prices. And last year or the year before, when I ordered my Rain 3.0, there was a hurricane that was literally hitting the day after I ordered it. I'm like, I'm not going to see that for a while. Came 2 days later.
Yeah. So I mean, they push out their stuff. But just like a little bit of background on it, like I said, everyone's kind of into this whole PDW, like concealment, trying to find your best option without, just a two-handed pistol.
Yep.
And this, honestly, like I said, for retail $199, $200 after tax, whatever. I don't know if I would buy this one because you can get the pro version
for another $100.
For another, yeah, I think right now it's on sale for $250, but I think it's normally $299. They do have an SBR version. I don't know why.
Well,
if that's something that you want to go
for
towards.
Ohio, it doesn't make any sense because as this is configured right now with the brace, you can keep it folded up in a bag and conceal carry it. Where if you SBR it, you cannot conceal carry an NFA item in the state of Ohio. Other states
might be different.
But for us, this makes the most sense.
But even with that, like you get this one with a pro version, it's the same thing but different. The SBR version, like I said, we won't even really talk about much at all. But it's like a full chassis. It's a full system. Like it has grips and it has like an actual mag release that you hit on the side and it drops out. It's not just a regular mag release and stuff like that. But anyway, so like we'll get into it. As you guys can tell, we have a 4 or 5 different Glock variant options in front of us. We ran through all of them.
Yeah.
Realistically, like you guys will see, background. We'll talk about each one. We'll put some shooting so you guys can see. We started out with the my OG Glock 3/4 Franken build. Fits just fine, ran just fine. Yep. I mean, obviously you got to take the light off and you can put the light on the bottom like we talked about. The one downside I will say of a 19, which I think we will both agree, is the grip.
Yep.
You can't really get the full purchase as you can regularly without this chassis on it. So
the 19, my pinky was still on, but it was barely on. It definitely likes the 17 frame better. And in this case, 17 long slider with the Glock 34, which we tried in there as well. Yep. And just to get into that though, one of the things I would say is probably a necessity for this is if you're going to run a gun in that, go ahead. And, yeah.
Well, no, I was talking to myself.
Yeah. Get an extended slide release.
Yes.
Either a Glock factory one, or there's plenty of different manufacturers that make them.
And they're cheap.
Yeah, and they're pretty universal too.
And you ain't got to be a rocket science to drop a slide release.
Literally, you have to have a punch, push the pin out, pull it. Yep. We can't show you guys, or else we would.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the Rolling Special that has an extended slide release on it, and the 34 has an extended slide release on it, or the 17 long slide correction. Keep on mixing those two up.
Same frame, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, same with with my Franken Glock. It's got it, but so I'll talk about these two, and then he'll talk about his. So like I said, the Glock Franken build fit just fine, ran just fine. I will say, with it being kind of lower, you kind of actually have to, I don't even want to say dig your cheek down into it. You kind of have to kind of come back a little bit too. Obviously, eye relief, it's a dot. So, but just to try to have a better sight picture, if that's what you want to say. Because if you're sitting there normally, you kind of see like the top of the RMR or the, or the burst or whatever we were shooting. So you kind of had to bring your cheek down just a little bit more. Speaking of the burst, going down to our left, your right, the Shadow System
Dagger.
The PSA Dagger Glock clone. Everyone knows, budget option. It fit very snugly. I would say possible modification if you really want to get down to it.
If that was going to live in it, it might take a piece of sandpaper and kind of smooth some edges out here and there.
Just like he said, hit some edges where it's not so sharp or whatever. But it ran just fine. Having that comp on it, you could really tell a difference. Having that little bigger optic with the burst, with the fast fire,
and it sits a little higher.
So you can actually, you don't have to really dig down as far. The one thing that we did say that we would talk about that we kind of found with the Dagger is that kind of what we talked about. That does have a stock OEM slide release,
and it pushes up very far.
And it pushes up very far, and it locked to where we kind of had to jimmy it.
I had to dig my thumbnail into the slide release and push down on it as I racked back to let it get released. Because just racking back, it wouldn't. I don't know why, but that was a Dagger issue. Yes.
None of the other guns actually did that.
Especially the Shadow Systems, they didn't do it at all.
Yeah, Shadow Systems didn't do it at all.
We'll get into that here in a second.
But yeah, so like I said, your regular Glocks all the way up to Gen 5 will fit. Dagger fits just fine. Like I said, there might be a little slight modifications if you need to do it. But we'll go ahead and throw it over here to his old pistols.
I'll just give you guys my first little impressions on it. It feels really good actually for what it is. For under $100, it's a killer. Even if you just want it for a range toy, it's killer. It would make great for like a little PDW kind of truck gun, or put a single point sling on it, conceal it if you want to, something like that. If you want to be real cool guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, it's a very cool little setup for the cost. I mean, we kind of thought like even if it sucked, it's only $90.
Yep.
But Logan got it and he was like, yeah, let's give it a try. I'm glad he did. It's pretty sweet. But I'd say my favorite gun to shoot it with is actually one it's in right now is the Roland.
Yep.
It felt really good. Roland's got a really good trigger on it. Like he said, it would be better if it had a larger optic. And saying that, I kind of found that I kind of do the old military thing. I try to like almost, I don't want to touch it because we've been knocking stuff over, but up close to the gun, I try to like touch my nose to it. And I noticed I just had to do this. I just had to pull my head back, and it would help me get low enough.
Kind of like an anchor point.
Yeah, because the brace kind of slopes down.
Yeah.
And so if you brought your head back just a little bit and kept the same cheek weld, you'd have perfect sight alignment. So the Roland worked really well with it. It was fun to shoot. The shadow systems did not work at all.
No.
Kind of ran into the same problem with the shadow systems that you probably ran into trying to put the Gen 6 in it.
Yep.
It's got an extended beaver tail on it, and that just doesn't work. So yeah, I mean, it's not really a downside to the brace. That's, we're trying to run something that's not a factory block.
That's not technically made for it.
Yeah.
That's what you want to say.
And then the 17 long slide. I liked the grip on that. I like being able to, get a full grip on it, really pull back on it. Downside, it doesn't have suppressor height sights.
Yeah, that was a little rough.
I would say that if you are going to run this chassis with a iron sight handgun, you need to have suppressor height sights on it.
Yeah, 100%. Like that would be your bare minimum.
Yeah.
I would say your bare minimum.
Like extra tall suppressor height would be the best, actually. I like the way it felt with the 17 in there, especially having that longer slide and barrel. You could really put your thumb up there and not worry about, getting it in front of the barrel.
Yep. That's where that attachment comes in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really keeps your hand out of the way. But
well, and the Pro version has a shroud that
Yes, it
goes
does.
over the front, so you can really just, lock in there. I would say also the other thing I was going to mention is must not be important.
The
Oh
roll.
yeah. One of the things I was also going to mention too is that we ran it with the new Modlight PL350 with the OKW V2 head, and we also ran it with a Surefire X300 Turbo and Ultra for a little bit, I think, maybe not. But I will say for this chassis, I prefer the X300.
yeah.
Because I did notice myself inadvertently turning on the Modlight while gripping it.
Just because it has a
It's
little
easier to click on and off. The Surefire never accidentally turned it on.
Yep.
So I will say that I do like that. Now, if you put that light up on the side where you can put a little Picatinny rail section.
Yep.
That might be cool. You know what I mean? It might work a little bit better.
Yeah, you can kind of just move your thumb over. If you have it on the bottom, you can just move it over a little bit, whatever.
So, but yeah, those are my thoughts on it. I'm impressed with it for what it is. I mean,
Yeah, I would agree too with the Roland. The OG Roland build by far was
the smoothest.
the smoothest, was the most accurate, as you could say. It felt the most comfortable, stuff like that. It didn't feel like you had to really move a whole lot or whatever else. But I mean, yeah, this thing comes with a bunch of attachments that you can get for it.
It even comes with a holster that you can buy for it.
I think it's it says on the back, it's a G7 holster that if you buy, so there are different versions as like we were talking about. This is the basic version. You can get the S kit, the B kit, the H kit, and the MG kit. And it comes with the H kit. Actually comes with the holster.
Okay, that's cool.
holster, and I think it's like, I want to say,
And no holster.
yeah, I want to say it's like $100 more. I think it comes with a holster.
Okay.
And it's literally just, it clips onto the side.
And it's a paddle holster.
Yeah, it's a paddle
I wonder
holster
if
and
you
just
could-
clips right in.
We'd have to do some looking into it, but I wonder if you could put like a G-code RTI
hanger on
hanger
it.
on it. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Me looking at some research, I've seen a lot of people were just clipping it onto their belt, but I'm sure that would be an option for them. Have
Maybe.
something.
Even if you had to kind of rig something up with, a drill or whatever.
Yeah.
I would say the other place this thing really shines for me is like in a vehicle. We were just driving the side by side a little bit. We were able to, flip it out inside the side by side, push it out the window.
Yep.
All I gotta say is that if you are trying to do a drive by, it's better for the passenger to shoot, not the driver. You guys, if you stick around, you'll see that.
Yeah, you
then.
stick around to the end, you'll see a blooper.
But
But yeah, I mean, like I said, this for the price is what it is now. Like I said, I bought this last week. As of now, I'm pretty sure it's still on sale.
yeah. And if not, I saw it on sale on a few different websites too.
Yeah.
So if you go on to Borelli, it's not on sale, even though how great they are. I think Optics Planet had for $87 too. I'm gonna guess a few other places did as well. I just didn't, shop around too
we
much.
weren't looking too heavily into it. But like I said, there's a bunch of different variations, bunch of different kits, bunch of different options, different colors. If that tickles your fancy, whatever. Also, the one that I almost bought before I got to this, which now that we've shot this and I know this, if he gets a pro version, they have a 43X and a 48 version.
So kind of like almost like the Flux Raider for the 365. That'd be like a comparable.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
So
Especially with Glock having factory 15-round mags now.
yeah, next purchase, honestly, we stay in this realm of kind of continue maybe, onto this this type of video. I almost bought the 43X before this just because I don't shoot the 43X a whole lot. It doesn't have a dot, it just it's kind of like just it's my there gun kind of thing. But I think if I would have that or have a chassis system like this, I think I would be able to utilize it a lot better. Yeah. I think I would want to use it more. Want to train with
Plus,
it more.
It'd be kind of cool to see
out.
how much smaller it is, how much more compact it is, see if it can fit in a bag easier. Whatever it may be.
And I do know that one only has two options. That one is your basic and then the big boy package.
Okay.
So there is no like, oh, this. It's either you get that or you get the one that has the holster that has all the attachments.
Well,
and
knowing
everything
we know
else to
now,
it.
it'd be worth getting the one with all the attachments.
Oh, 100%. 100%. This, in our opinion, it gets my stamp of approval.
Without a doubt.
I mean, especially for the price.
Little thumbs up.
Even for $200, I don't know if I would buy it.
There's a few other options I was looking at this morning around that $200 mark, and I don't know them off the top of my head, but I was watching a video from I think Classic Firearms. They were going over it, and they had like 2 or 3 different options that were around 200, 250ish that I think would be a better option. In all honesty.
Yeah. But for sale price, you ain't beating it.
Yeah,
you're not beating it for less than $100.
Without a doubt. It's there's nothing else like it on the market.
I mean, it's your Flux at home, it's your Temu Flux, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
This one won't accidentally shoot you. I mean, there's
Benefits
more
of running
there's
Glock,
pros and cons of this thing.
And I would say that's also the downside to I'd say this chassis style system is Glocks don't come with a factory safety, which is good for a defensive handgun. I don't want a safety on my defensive handgun. But in something like this,
it has a safety on the trigger.
It actually has 3.
People went, shut up.
But no, what I'm saying is though, something like this with it not being in a holster that covers up the trigger guard, you definitely want to run it without a round in the chamber if it's sitting in a bag or something. So just know that when you pull it out, it's going to be racking it, flipping the brace. So it might add a little flipping the brace out.
Well, actually,
you're what's wrong with everything.
Yeah. But I would agree too, and that's just firearm. That's just firearm 101. That's just knowledge. Know the condition of your firearm. Yeah. If you know that you got one ready and it's hot, ready to go, know that.
Yeah. But also, I don't think that this isn't the kind of thing to have one in the chamber, just because the trigger can't be covered up unless you have the holster. It looks like the holster.
Yeah, the holster does cover it.
Up the trigger guard.
The videos I've watched, it does cover it.
Something to think about. Just a small consideration. Yeah. But
so with that, guys, I mean, I hope you do enjoy this video. Like I said, this was kind of a whim buy, 100% of a whim buy. I was just at work one day scrolling through stuff and I seen it. I'm like, dang, that's $130 off. Or $100 or $120 off, whatever. So, went ahead and pulled the trigger. I knew it would be something that I would use no matter what, even if we didn't have the channel or content or whatever else. But it's just like 2 birds with 1 stone with us anymore.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Gives us an excuse to buy things.
Oh, 100%. Which, especially now things get a little more pricey. It's nice to have a reason for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you do have any comments or suggestions or anything that you guys have seen or something that we don't know about, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section. Let us know. We'll get have a conversation going. Get everything rolling. If you guys need anything that we are affiliated with, energy from Bulkhead, gun cleaning from modern Spartan systems to challenge targets to lights to whatever, anything that interests you is going to be down in the description as well. Make sure you do hit that like, comment, subscribe, and as always,
we'll see you guys next time through Daily Dose of R&R.
We'll see you guys.
Don't go anywhere though. Stick around for a second.
We crash.
I wasn't looking where I was driving. Oh no!